This is New Day Northwest. Now, here's Margaret Larson.
So, first up today, we are celebrating National Pie Day. When it comes to pie, there are all sorts of delicious sweet pies, but sometimes we forget about the savory side. So here with a wide range of options is Jess Whitsett from the bakery Pie. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Obviously, a bakery named Pie does a lot of pie.
Yes.
And you have some gorgeous things here.
Yes.
In fact, let's just talk about this for a moment.
Okay.
What are some of these pies, the sweet ones?
So I brought a variety pack today. I brought cherry, key lime. We did a salted caramel apple over there.
Oh, man.
This is our kind of classic berry awesome, we call it. It's a mixed berry pie, coconut cream, and then a pumpkin pie.
That looks delicious, and these teeny little minis.
A little cherry and a little key lime over there.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there are all kinds of things, but today we're concentrating on savory, and everybody grew up with chicken pot pie or maybe shepherd's pie.
Right.
So it's not that weird of an idea, it's just that we don't do it very often in a homemade setting. What are we making today?
We're gonna make an English meat pie.
Excellent.
Yes.
How do we start?
Okay, so we're gonna start by melting some butter because butter makes everything better.
Yes, it does.
And then we are going to get that butter going. Here's a spoon if you want. I mean, you know, a finger
I
is
use my
great,
fingers when I
but
cook. And I did wash my hands, just so we know.
And then as that heats, we're going to get the onions going.
Okay.
And one of the things I like to do with onions to bring out the flavor is actually add a little salt.
Now, why does that help?
It literally brings out more of the flavor of the onions.
Salt does all kinds of magic things.
Yeah, so about half of the salt that I use in the recipe goes in the onions. So as you can see, they're starting to sizzle. That's what we want as that butter melts and the onions are cooking. You can hear that lovely sound.
It smells so good. Onions or garlic and butter, it's a great way to start anything.
Exactly, and you can smell them. So now that they're cooking, the butter is melting down.
Okay.
We can go ahead and add the mushrooms. So the mushrooms are a really important part of this pie. We're gonna go ahead and toss those in.
And can you use any sort of mushroom you like?
I just like your classic white button mushrooms, but I think cremini would work too.
Do these hold up nicely in terms of having a bite to them?
Texture, they hold up well with texture,
Got
so
it.
that's one of the reasons. And they absorb the flavor of the meat, so it works out well. So now that we've got the mushrooms going, we want to let them soften just a little bit.
Okay. Should I leave them alone or stir them
No,
around?
you can stir them.
Keep messing with them. I like to bother the food.
Yes, yes. And in this case, it actually is not going to hurt anything. So you can keep doing that. One of the tricks with this pie is that you do want to make sure that you get your meat cooked all the way through, because while you do bake it, we're making mini pies, so they don't bake that long in the oven. So especially with ground beef, at least for me, I like to make sure it's cooked all the way through.
Wouldn't be anything worse than finding some raw meat in there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that,
No.
at least with ground beef.
Now, there's something special that you do. Go ahead, you can pop it in there.
All right, here we go. It's going to be a lot, so you got to work on that.
Oh, good Lord. All right, so this is maybe where you need a team of
So
people.
this is the hard part, and as you do that, we're going to work together. I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle the rest of the salt in there.
Now, is it ground beef, or did you mix it with anything else?
It's ground beef. Yep, this
Good
is.
Lord, I think I need like a hammer or something like that.
This is a ground beef pie. It's only hard for a few minutes.
Okay. Get back in
And
there.
I tried to break up the meat beforehand, so it would be less challenging. But we've got the pepper going in now.
Alrighty.
We want to bring all those flavors together.
Now, if I wanted to substitute something else,
I mean, you could use pork.
turkey, lamb, something else, I
think
could do
anything.
that?
I mean, we make pies at our shop in Fremont, and for our food truck with all kinds of different meats. We also make vegetarian pies, so we're not just meat pies.
Where's your food truck today, by the way?
Our food truck today is down in Pioneer Square.
Okay, if anybody wants to know as you're leaving here for lunch, just
So
make
we've
a
got
zip by
two
Pioneer
Seattle
Square.
locations today, Fremont and Pioneer Square. A lot of
That's
times
great.
we're on the east side actually with our food truck.
Really?
Yep.
I'm going to need to know lots more about that.
Yeah.
But okay, let's go ahead with this pie. Am I
Yeah.
anywhere near what you wanted with this?
Well, you got to
Here
keep
you go.
cooking. You got to keep cooking. So
going.
the hard part is you do have to you have to really work down that meat. And I think our pan is a little bit small.
I was trying not to eject too much of the food.
It's fun to make a mess. So once your meat starts to brown, which is what you're actually seeing here,
Okay, we can take turns so that neither one gets worn out.
Yeah, well, I do a lot of cooking, so I've got the strong right arm. I
All
don't
right.
mind. I don't mind taking the brunt of it.
My mom left me a huge cast iron pot that's good for all of this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I like that because it has
Like
a
a Dutch
tall
oven
edge.
or-
Yes.
that
And
would
you
work
can-
really well.
Things don't fly out of that for
Yeah.
a messy cook like me.
Exactly. Yeah, this could go flying pretty easily with the size of it. So as you can see, it's starting to
browning.
brown, so we like that. So what we're going
Okay.
to add now is some Worcestershire sauce.
Alrighty.
This is a really important piece to this, the flavor of this particular pie filling.
Love that. And I know when we bake it, it's all the flavors are just going to get absorbed by everything, right?
And we
The
can go ahead and
mushrooms
turn
and
this up a little bit because
Okay.
we've got that sauce in there.
Watch out, it's that induction oven. It'll go to
I'm
like
not
launch in no
too
time.
worried about
Okay.
it. I promise I'll watch the heat on this.
All right.
So yeah, you keep breaking it up, and
That's a
it's
little
starting
bit
to look
easier.
pretty good. Yeah, so you want to break up all the meat, get the mushrooms to incorporate. Now
Now,
we've got a good
Talk us
bubbling
through
going
what
on.
happens next, because we have a couple minutes. We may not get all the way to assembling it.
That's
So
okay.
can you kind of explain what happens next?
Yeah, so basically all the flavors are coming together now. We're actually pretty close to
Are we?
it being done. Yeah,
Okay,
you can
because
see
I just need
it.
to brown it, right? I'm not trying
yes,
to.
because it's going to bake. It's going to
Got
bake
it.
at 400 degrees for about 20 minutes. So basically the next step is once it's at this phase, we've got just a little bit more pink here. We're going to
well, for
actually
TV purposes,
add
let's do.
the flour.
Okay.
And we can do that now. I feel pretty comfortable
Go ahead.
doing that. We're ready.
Do it.
We're at that point because what's going to happen is as you add this flour, it's going to kind of pull it all together and make like a sauce.
Taking it up. Oh my
Yep.
goodness.
And you can see it happening. The magic is happening.
It does smell good. Now, see, it'd never make it in the pie. I would just start eating this.
Well, that
so
does happen sometimes
that's,
too.
yeah. Probably do this when you're not super hungry. Okay.
Okay. I don't know how to turn this off, but
Will
we'll figure it
do.
out.
Well,
There we go.
You just push
So
long enough.
once we've got it all together, yep, that looks really good.
Okay.
Of course, I brought our pre-made. These are from the pie shop. And you take the filling and you just scoop it right in there.
Not too much, not too little.
Actually,
You
if
like
you've
too
been to
much?
our pie shop, you know we do not skimp
Oh,
on
well, I
the
noticed that with
filling.
the coconut. I'm actually obsessed with the coconut
Some
cream
savory
pie.
pie shops, you bite into it and all you get is a bready filling. Now this is
Nope.
hot. We normally let it cool a little bit,
Okay.
but we do not skimp. So you want to make sure that you get plenty of filling in there. Do not skimp on that.
All right.
And then you put it all together.
Egg it, put it on top.
Yep, just like so.
And then how do you get it to open up in the middle?
Well, I'm going to show you that.
Okay. We have just a couple
This is like
seconds,
the
but I want you to
sloppiest
show
pie
us so that we
ever.
don't worry about that. That's okay.
We're going to
It's
go
gonna
like
taste
that.
delicious.
We're going to go like that. And we're going to take some of those onions and we're going to go like that.
And put it in
that
the
goes
oven.
right in the oven.
And this is what we end up with,
Yep,
right?
exactly.
Oh my God, these are
Yep.
still warm. What happened? This is so great.
those came from the pie shop
Those
this
are
morning.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
What a great
thank you.
idea. Bonus for our studio audience, everybody's getting a voucher for a free pie. Yep. So that will make your day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
On National Pie Day. Up next, we meet the Mariners' first director of high performance right before she heads off to spring training. We'll be back after this.
This New Day cooking segment brought to you by Ferguson Bath Kitchen and Lighting Gallery, powered by Electrolux.